Okay, so let me see if I have this right. We're supposed to be entertained by the apparent fight, disagreement, fisticuffs, whatever going on between the Democrats, Obama and Pelosi and that lame brain Elizabeth Warren. We're supposed to be excited by this? Gee, you talk about getting misdirected. What the point?
Live from the Southern Command in sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
The news is that the Republican Speaker of the House has thrown in with Barack Obama. I don't care what the Democrats are doing. What does that matter? Holy smokes! John Boehner has just squandered the election results before the Republicans even are sworn in to run the Senate along with the House. If I've got this right. Anyway, greetings, my friends, and welcome. It's Rush Limbaugh. This is Open Line Friday, 800-282-2882 if you want to be on the program, and I'm sure you do. Because Open Line Friday, you get to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Can I tell you something, folks, before we get into all this maddening, depressing, just inexplicable stuff that's happening in Washington? Did you see the news that a time capsule was discovered someplace in Boston from the 1700s, a time capsule that was hidden away by Paul Revere and Samuel Adams? It is, folks, you'll have to forgive me for feeling immense pride here, but if you go to the Rush Revere Facebook page, you will see parents sending little notes that their 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds were all excited when they heard that on the news. Now, stop it. A 5-year-old, a 10-year-old being excited that a time capsule involving Paul Revere and Samuel Adams was found in Boston. I mean, that is just so wonderful. I can't tell you. And they know about it because of the Rush Revere books, if I do say so myself. What an amazing thing. These parents are writing, and they're saying their kids are all excited when they heard about this time capsule and wondering what it means and what's in it. And be curious. And the fact that they even know who Paul Revere and Samuel Adams are at age 5 and 10. Anyway, it's a little oasis of hopefulness for me and all of us that work on the Revere series. It's a huge little oasis of hopefulness because I'll tell you, when you turn to Washington, this is just mind-boggling. And get this. I heard about this news today, and when I heard about this, it's one of those things that normally I would not be able to stop laughing about. But then on the other side of it, I couldn't help but be affected by it in a negative way. You aware of all the hacks going on? No. Snurdly, hang on. I'm going to get to this stuff with the budget and all that. I've got it all ready to go here. There's a couple things I want to take care of here first. It's one of these things that until I talk about it, it really hasn't been said. And I know everybody's waiting. Just hang on, folks. We have 3 hours here. I know you may not have all 3 hours, but if it's important, you'll stay, and it is. So hang on. I just have to get this off my chest first. So I get up today, and I read this Sony hack. This Sony hack is just stunning. Emails, now what has been discovered, salaries, health care benefits, children and spouses of Sony employees and their health problems, and their problems with insurance, and their problems getting treatment, their problems getting health care. It's just every secret that Sony has is being exposed here. Every personal secret, every business secret, it's all trickling out. And yesterday we made mention of the fact that the female co-chairman, Amy Pascal, whose husband, by the way, just show you how incestuous all this is, her husband is a guy named Bernard Weinrob. You know what he used to do? He used to be a reporter for the New York Times. So she's the co-chair at Sony Pictures Entertainment. And the other guy is Michael Lynton, Lynton. I think he pronounces it Lynton. Anyway, an email thread or exchange was discovered to exist between Amy Pascal and a producer of movies named Scott Rudin. And they were making fun of Obama. They were making fun of Obama based on Obama being African-American, being black. Asking each other, well, Amy Pascal had to go to some breakfast, a fundraiser breakfast that Jeffrey Katzenberg was putting on. It was clear she didn't want to go, but she had to go. So she's emailing back and forth with the producer, Scott Rudin, asking, well, what should I talk about? What should I say to him? And he says, well, probably likes black movies. Talk to him about Django Unchained. Talk to him about Kevin Hart. Maybe, probably loved the Butler. Why don't you talk to him about that? And they're going back and forth. And, well, do you know what she has done? Do you know what this woman's done? This woman, Amy Pascal, one of the most powerful executives, male, female, gay, straight, you name it, in Hollywood. Do you know what she's done? She has called the Justice Brothers. I am not kidding you. She called the Justice Brothers. She called Sharpton, and she called the Reverend Jackson. And she said she wants to accept responsibility. After a leaked exchange with the producer Scott Rubin that included racially charged language, she called Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. She told the Hollywood Reporters that she was being proactive, and she wants to accept responsibility for these stupid, callous remarks. Yes, I talked to Reverend Jackson, a very preliminary conversation. We just talked about getting together and hoping to discuss a healing process. What broke? A healing process? Healing process? I'll tell you know what bothers me is look at the fear, for crying out loud. And there were even other email threads talking about, because of this exchange between Amy Pascal and Scott Rudin, that she might lose her job. Yeah, Sony might not be able to handle the intense fallout from this. Joking that Obama probably liked the Butler. Talk to him about that. Talk to Obama about Django Unchained. Talk to Obama about Kevin Hart. Of being labeled a racist. She said, I know it's not true. I know it's not true. And that doesn't reflect who I am. Or what I feel or what I've done. But it does, Amy. You are who you are. Your record is what your record is. You do what you do. You did what you did. You made jokes about Obama liking black things with a white guy. It is who you are. You did it. Now she's calling the Justice Brothers and begging for forgiveness, begging for understanding, and asking to commence the healing process. And it is us, folks. Been on this case 4 years. You know what healing process means when you get in bed with the Justice Brothers? You know what it means? It means giving the Justice Brothers cash. That's the healing process. You give and maybe don't be surprised if you see Al Sharpton starring in a movie or with some kind of a role, maybe even a biopic about Al Sharpton. I mean, these people will go to any lengths whatsoever. But I love the apology. It's not me. It's not who I am. And I need to get past this. We need to start the healing. Now, normally, this one of these things 25 years ago, I would still be laughing. You could not get me up off the floor. But I sit here now today and I look at what this means. It's further evidence of the abject crumbling of decency. For crying out loud, who are these guys? Shakedown artists and hoaxers. And the highest executives in Hollywood feel like they have to grovel.